What's up, teammates? This is an extremely special video because, as you can see, I have an extremely special guest sitting right beside me. Welcome to Talking with Emile Heskey. Thank you so much for joining this interview today. So I don't even know where to begin with, but talking with someone like you and being able to share this experience with all my teammates and everyone in Bangladesh, it's a huge honor. So thank you so much for agreeing to doing this.
Thank you for having me.
So we will just start off. There are a lot of questions to ask, obviously, but you had a very illustrious career. You had run with some of the most successful clubs in England and being in England national team as well. So what would you define, or let's say as the defining moment of your career in all of the matches that you have played?
I don't think you can put one on it, to be honest with you. There's so many. Making my debut for Liverpool, making my debut for England, scoring in the 5-1, going to cup finals, scoring in the cup final. So these scoring at the World Cup, and that's one of the ones that you dream about when as a kid. So there's so many, but it's too many to actually pinpoint to one.
But if you had like choose one moment that you cannot really live without.
Well, I think making my debut defines everything, doesn't it? It's the catalyst to go on to do more.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So being a striker, something that is very popularly talked about you, and whenever your name is mentioned, that you are a very selfless player. And this is something that we do not see usually with strikers, especially the poaching mentality, getting that goal, being on the score sheet. This is what we know a striker by. So you were known for being very selfless, being a very big team player. So what made you think that way, that as a striker, I have to be more selfless as opposed to being always on the right place?
It wasn't something that I was thinking about. It's just me as a character. And then as well, I wasn't just a striker. I played in several different positions, and I just wanted to win games of football. So the reality is, they do say the strikers are selfish, and to be fair, they have to be.
Yes.
But I was a bit more than just a striker. I could play in several different positions, and my focus was winning stuff. Winning trophies, winning games, getting accolades in that sense, and being part of a team, which everyone is part of at the end of the day. So that was my main thing. I never really overthought things like that.
Earlier, as you were struggling to find one defining moment of your career, can you identify one moment that you feel went under the radar a little bit, is a little bit underappreciated, or let's say a moment that may not have, let's say, come in front of the audience in a big way, but you know as a player, played a very vital role in the team's success, or let's say in a specific match?
In a specific match, I would like to think I played a vital role in every match, to be honest with you, but
that's a good mentality to have.
Yeah, I couldn't pinpoint a specific match, if I'm honest with you. I'd like to think I had a pivotal role in most matches that I played, because that's what you're on the pitch to do. Yeah. So I really couldn't pin it down to one match.
If I say a season where you're...
2000, 2001.
So now we'll move on to a little bit more national team experience. So you were a part of the golden generation of England. That was absolutely star-studded, a team made of dreams. Why do you think that team did not win any major trophies?
France and Brazil.
That's pretty correct.
Well, when you look at it, right? So you say golden generation. So we played we played Brazil in the quarterfinals of the World Cup 2002.
Yeah.
We had our Ballon d'Or winner. Yeah. We had Michael Owen up front. Yeah. They had Ronaldo, Rivaldo, Ronaldinho.
Kaká also.
Kaká was on the bench.
Yeah, he was on the bench. He was just starting.
We have this thing of not really respecting others when it comes to what they have actually got. Oh. Because I'll give you my age group for France, just my age group. Henry, Trezeguet, Anelka, William Gallas, Silvestre, Ousmane Darboe, Willy Sagnon.
Oof, that's some names.
That's just my age group. That's just my age group. And then you add in Zizou, you add in Thuram, you add in Desailly, you add in all these players, Pires.
Whole different level altogether.
So, and the thing is, my age group, they won the Euros.
Yeah.
We came third. So we've just got to understand where we were at the time. Right. And as well, we don't really there's not really, Germany have a really, really good culture of tournaments. They
Right.
do it from a very young age. We don't do that. So we don't really understand how to see out a game, how to manage a game, how to do this, we don't really know that. We know a season, but we don't know the actual tournaments, which is very important to understand that.
That is a very, very important point to
Yeah.
consider. So the 5-1, that's probably one of the most iconic moments in your England jersey. What was going through your head at that moment in time?
It was, I think it was either Sven's first competitive game or one of his first competitive games. And Sven was very clever. He was very detailed in everything that when we went on the pitch, we actually knew. You didn't overthink things because he'd already told you what was going to happen, blah, blah. So when we went on that pitch, we already knew. You got to remember, they hadn't lost a home game in over 50 games.
Right.
They'd won the last game at the old Wembley.
Yeah.
1-0 Didi Hamann free kick. So, and then we went 1-0 down after 7 minutes. But we knew we had the players to really galvanise them. Within the qualifiers, we were okay. We were okay. We kind of knew how to fight. We knew how to... And then we scored goals at vital points. So to go 2-1 just before half time is a killer. Just before half time, they were winning. They were winning 1-0. They should have gone 2-0 up. And then we come back and at half time they were going in, sitting down 2-1. Then they come out at half time, we hit them again. They're done.
That's a low blow.
They're done. So then that's where we just had some. We had, like you said, we had good players. And if it clicked at any given time, someone was going to get it.
Amazing, amazing. We would be sort of jumping in time right now. Let's say in today's game, the football, as we see from the eyes of an audience, football seems very evolved, changed at least. So in today's time, which striker currently playing, you see a reflection of yourself in? Nobody.
I don't. The strikers have changed.
Yeah.
If you go back and you look at strikers of my era, we were involved. We were involved more. We were running down the channel. We were taking players on. They don't have to do all that. They have got players around them to do all that. Their main focus is what? In that box, scoring goals. Which, to be honest, it works. But our main focus was entertainment, running at players, taking players on, going down the wing, having a tussle with the defender. These are all the stuff that we grew up with. R9 was one of the, like Romario, R9, these sort of players to take players on, dribble, take a kick, get back up, run with the ball. That sort of strikers, we don't see that anymore. It might come back round.
Yeah.
But at this moment in time, there's no one who does that sort of style of what we were in.
So let's say a younger Emile Heskey starting off right today. Would you have done anything differently to adapt to this new system of football?
No, because they wouldn't be able to understand how I'm doing what I'm doing. I tell you who's doing really well, and actually, sorry, Isak.
Yeah.
So he runs the channels, he takes players on, he's crossing the ball for other strikers to score goals, whereas the others are just staying central. He actually works out in different areas. So I would say he's a little bit of a throwback, but defenders won't necessarily understand how to deal with the likes of myself, Drogba, Anelka, Michael Owen, they wouldn't, Wayne Rooney. They wouldn't know what to do. Because we're going to pull you into an area over there. You don't want to go over there.
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to go over there. You don't want to come over here.
Breaks the whole system.
Yes. So
we are going to go like a little bit of rapid fire.
Okay.
All right. All right. So toughest defender you ever faced?
Sol Campbell. Walter Samuels as well.
Choose one.
Sol Campbell.
If you could play under one current manager, who would it be?
Pep.
Your take on VAR?
Not a fan.
Your favorite defender in current age?
Don't really have one, to be honest with you. Not really fans of defenders.
Well, let's say you would struggle against a defender.
I wouldn't struggle against anyone.
Do you see yourself becoming a manager anytime soon?
No.
I'll just ask a little bit about Barcelona. Who's your current Barcelona favorite player?
Young boy, Lamine.
Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal or Pedri?
Oh.
Or Pedri?
No,
Lamine Yamal.
Yeah.
All right.
I just like the way he travels with the ball.
It's crazy.
You're 16-year-old and you don't worry about anything. And this is probably a good thing. It'll be interesting to see how long he can keep that going, because when you're a young player, you don't think.
Yeah.
You just do.
Yes.
But when you get to a certain age, you start thinking, oh yeah, I could do this, I can do, and maybe pass that ball. No. He just does at the minute, which is great to see.
Absolutely. All right. So my last question would be related to Bangladesh football.
Okay.
I don't know if you know about this, but we are an absolutely football crazy nation.
Yeah, I've heard.
When it's the World Cup or the Euros or the Copa Americas, the whole nation just goes absolutely wild. So I wouldn't say a teammate, but our national player, Hamza Choudhury, he played for Leicester. He currently plays for Leicester. So since he came in, the scene of football Bangladesh completely changed.
Yeah.
So do you feel that football in Bangladesh can change with the appearance and inclusion of Hamza?
100%, because the reality is it's kids and other players, even if it's not players in Bangladesh, but other of Bangladeshi heritage who are playing in different countries, they've got to see someone they can aspire to be and say, okay, yeah, I can do that. My parents are from the Caribbean. They're from Antigua, and it's the same thing. How do you get people to come back? We have diaspora all over the world.
Right.
Even in Spain, we have diaspora in Spain. How do you get them who've had, and I don't mean disrespectful of Bangladeshi grassroots football, who have had a probably better foundation of football taught to them in Spain, in Norway, in Sweden, in all these different countries, in America. How do we get them back? And that is the key thing. Having Hamza there, that's someone who they can aspire to and say, well, he's playing the Premier League. So, but having that catalyst of a player that can say, no, come on, I'm doing it. Come back. Come and play. Come and enjoy. Because a lot of people give up their ambitions to play international football, thinking that they're going to chase another dream somewhere else. Yeah. No, come and play. I said that. I've said that even with all African countries. If you got that heritage, go and play. Go and enjoy it.
Absolutely.
It's international football.
Brilliant. So I'll just end this interview off. You said something during your speech which really resonated with me, that what it will take for someone to become a professional footballer, successful professional footballer. I would just ask you to say the same thing to the audience so that everyone can get a piece of that.
What does it take to become a professional footballer? First and foremost, to have fun, to enjoy the game. First and foremost, when you enjoy something, you'll always get the best out of yourself. So you've got to enjoy the training, even though the training is going to be hard, even though the training is going to be rigorous, even though the training doesn't actually stop, because you really should be training at home as well. You just got to enjoy that process. Stay dedicated on that. Stay listening to your coaches. Work on your good things as the bad things as well as your good things. So if you're right-footed, work on your left. Pass the ball against the wall and take a touch. Pass the ball against the wall and take a touch on your chest. Whatever it may be, work on that. Work. Because you've got to strive to be the best you possibly can and keep working on it.
All right. Thank you so much. I wish we had a little bit more time. We can talk about football all night long. Thank you so much for doing this, and hope we can do it again sometime.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.